Oh my god, finally some news from Shoshi Kusama, and this time it's huge. Whales have returned, moving a massive 2.7 trillion Shiba Inu in just 24 hours. BlackRock bought millions again, and this could be the light at the end of the tunnel. What is happening? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer: today feels like the kind of day we've all been waiting for. After what felt like an endless streak of red, Shiba Inu has finally stopped bleeding, and not just that, it's actually moving up. It's been gaining some real momentum over the past day, climbing around 3% compared to yesterday. That might not sound like a huge number, but considering how rough it's been lately, this is a massive shift. For days, the charts were nothing but a depressing downward slope, and a lot of people started losing hope, thinking this might be the end of Shiba Inu's run. It didn't help that Shoshi Kusama has been completely off the radar, which only made the uncertainty worse. But today, the mood has completely flipped. The energy is different, and it feels like a fresh wave of confidence is sweeping through the community. For the first time in a while, there's real excitement in the air. Bulls are waking up again, and things are starting to look bright. But here's the crazy part. Not only is the community getting its confidence back, but the whales are making a massive comeback too. And they're not just dipping their toes in, they're making waves. Shiba Inu's biggest holders are waking up again, and you can see it in the on-chain activity. In just the last 24 hours, there's been a huge surge in large transactions, jumping by more than half compared to the day before. That's a massive shift, and it's got people excited. Data shows that these whales moved an eye-popping amount, almost 2.7 trillion Shiba Inu, across dozens of transactions in just one day. This kind of action hasn't been seen in a while, and it's giving the community hope that the tide is turning. A spike in whale activity like this can be a big deal. It could mean confidence is returning, which might help push Shiba Inu out of its bearish slump. Interestingly, all this movement has already nudged the price up slightly. Some analysts even think that if regular holders start following the whale's lead, it could spark an even bigger rally, something the ecosystem really needs right now. Wait, I know this is crazy, but hear me out. There's some new updates on Shoshi Kusama today, and this is massive. The dev might actually confirm it, and no, I'm not joking. I will reveal more later at the end of the video, so make sure to watch until the end. But first, here's what's really wild. People have actually stopped selling Shiba Inu. That's huge. After days of relentless sell-offs, things are finally shifting, and that's a major sign of strength. Shiba Inu is showing serious signs of a comeback, even though it's still battling some rough technical patterns. After over a week of constant selling, the bulls are finally stepping in, and the price has climbed noticeably in just the past day. That's a big deal because it shows that confidence is creeping back in, even though the token is still stuck in what traders call a death cross, basically a bearish signal that usually points to more trouble. Key Shiba Inu metrics suggest that a rebound might be brewing. The only thing holding it back right now is that trading volume has dipped, meaning fewer people are making moves. But here's why all of this matters. When people stop selling, it limits supply. And if demand starts picking up again, especially with whales getting involved, Shiba Inu could be gearing up for a stronger push. This shift in sentiment could be the spark the ecosystem desperately needs to flip the trend and get things moving in the right direction again. But you might be wondering, what's actually happening? Why is everything suddenly looking so bullish? Well, first off, Bitcoin is making the same kind of move. After dipping pretty hard around the $79,000 mark, it's managed to bounce back to the low $80,000 range today. And when Bitcoin moves, the rest of the market tends to follow. But here's where things get even crazier. Big institutions are jumping in and taking full advantage of this moment. BlackRock just made a massive move, buying nearly $50 million worth of Bitcoin. And while some institutions are cashing out, ARK Invest is doing the complete opposite. They just grabbed close to $80 million worth of Bitcoin in multiple transactions through Coinbase. One of their biggest buys was nearly 500 Bitcoin in a single transfer, followed by another right after that. This just proves that ARK is doubling down on Bitcoin through its ETF, showing serious confidence in where the market is heading. Now, why does this matter for Shiba Inu? A stronger Bitcoin usually means a stronger Shiba Inu, and if this momentum keeps building, it could push Shiba Inu even closer to past predictions that it might hit that dream price of 1 cent. It's still a long road, but with whales coming back, pressure fading, and big money flowing into the market, the pieces are starting to fall into place. Here's what's mind-blowing. One analyst just dropped a huge prediction, and it's all about Shiba Inu ACC. According to him, something big is coming soon, and this might be the perfect time to load up on altcoins. Why? Because Bitcoin season is about to end, and when that happens, altcoins usually take center stage. Altcoin season is coming, and if history repeats itself, that's when Shiba Inu and other altcoins start skyrocketing. Every time Bitcoin cools down after a big run, money starts flowing into smaller coins, and that's when things get really exciting. We've seen this pattern before. Bitcoin rallies first, then altcoins explode right after. With everything happening right now, whales making moves, sell pressure fading, and institutions betting big on crypto, the setup couldn't be better for Shiba Inu. If altcoin season really kicks off, we could see a massive wave of buying that sends Shiba Inu soaring. And if it gains enough momentum, who knows? That dream of hitting 1 cent might not be so far-fetched after all. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Where the heck is Kusama? What's going on with the mysterious leader of the Shiba Inu project? Well, today we finally got some answers. Lucy, the marketing lead of the Shiba Inu ecosystem, just stepped in to clear things up. A lot of people have been wondering why Kusama has been so quiet lately. His social media has been nearly silent for weeks, aside from a few retweets here and there. The last time he actually posted something himself was back in February when he announced improvements to shibaswap. Since then, nothing. Naturally, this got people talking. Some were worried, some started speculating, and of course, the critics wasted no time stirring up all kinds of rumors. But here's the truth, this silence isn't random. According to Lucy, Kusama's absence is part of a bigger plan, something he hinted at before. While he might not be active on social media, that doesn't mean he's not working. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Lucy made it clear that Kusama is focused on taking Shiba Inu to the next level, working behind the scenes to bring global awareness to the project. And if you've been following his moves over the years, you know this isn't the first time he's gone quiet like this. Last year, he took a similar break, later revealing that he had traveled to the Middle East, where he was busy handling business and, interestingly, even meeting with his cousins. And if there's one thing we've learned about Kusama, it's that he never really stops working. While most people were taking time off for the holidays, he was still grinding, sometimes working nearly all day to push Shiba Inu forward. He's even talked about how his work environment is basically non-stop, fully dedicated to making sure Shiba Inu gains more utility and solidifies its place among the top projects in the crypto space. So what does all of this mean? Well, history tells us that every time Kusama takes a step back from social media, something big is usually brewing. And here's the crazy part. Remember when Lucy tweeted that Shiba Inu might actually hit 1 cent this cycle? Now, she's defending Kusama and explaining what he's been up to. So is there a connection? Could something big be coming? Lucy isn't just throwing out guesses. She's deeply involved in the Shiba Inu ecosystem, and every time Kusama goes quiet, he comes back with something major. What if he's locking in partnerships, securing new utilities, or preparing for a game-changing move? With whales returning, Bitcoin setting the stage, and altcoin season approaching, all the pieces are lining up. If Kusama's silence means he's working on something huge, we could be on the verge of a breakout that pushes Shiba Inu closer to that 1 cent dream. And when he finally returns, it's often with major announcements that shake up the entire ecosystem. If he's really out there making moves, having meetings, and setting up deals, there's a good chance that something massive is on the horizon. And when that moment comes, it could send shockwaves through the market, pushing Shiba Inu's price to levels we haven't seen before. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find out more, make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen.